Haters, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Les doy la bienvenida nuevamente aquí a su canal del Hater. Un nuevo video para la sección Conversaciones desde el Inframundo. Y en esta ocasión tenemos la oportunidad de hablar con la banda Boden, quienes recientemente lanzaron su álbum debut, un gran trabajo que lleva por título Backseeker, el cual salió a la venta el viernes pasado, 10 de mayo, a través de Landmine Records. Aquí tenemos la oportunidad de hablar con la banda sobre el trabajo. Esperemos que disfruten esta entrevista. Así es que vamos a comenzar con esta plática con Border. Guys, thanks a lot for being here for Conversations from the Underground. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Yep, doing
Great,
good.
man. So you are from New Zealand, if I'm right, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically the other side of the world. And we are so excited to have you here. I couldn't take out of my head the idea of talking to you about such an amazing music that you are creating. So again, thanks a lot for your time. I know you have a very busy schedule. Pues, well, just having lots of gigs to promote the album. So thanks for your time, guys.
Yeah, no
Thank
worries.
you.
Good to
Cheers.
be here.
Yeah.
Great. Without further ado, if you don't mind, I will start with the first question. And this question is courtesy of Luca Indrio, singer, bass player, and leader of death metal band Necrot. And the question for you is this one. If you could bring back to life one famous person, who would you choose?
Oh,
You got
One.
one each.
One each.
one each.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Tough one.
Like musicians specifically, or just anybody?
No, just famous. I mean, you can be a writer, a poet,
Yeah.
a musician, actor, maybe even a historical character. I don't know, whoever you want.
All right. All right.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Man.
Cool border shit, by the way. I mean, that collection is rock, man.
Yeah. Shit. That's a hard one.
Yeah, we know it was gonna be tough to answer, but take your time,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Chill, guys. It's not like it's gonna happen. So.
Yeah, no. It's like,
hey, you never know.
I mean,
maybe
I cannot do it, but
yeah. I kind of want to say Jim Morrison, but I mean, he kind of went out on his own thing, didn't he? So he'd probably just do it. It would happen again, wouldn't it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I know
That's a very good choice. I mean, he was a great artist. I mean,
yeah. I thought he was quite just the way of thinking was really, really cool, you know, and it was creative and all that kind of thing. So, yeah. Maybe him.
Good choice, man.
I'm a bit stuck, but I'm just gonna say Chuck Schuldiner from Death because I reckon he had far more music to.
Yeah, man, taken from us too early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
great, man. Both musicians, both very influential in rock history, in metal history. So, that's kind of natural for us metalheads now to just think about other musicians, people who influence our lives and our art.
Actually, I could probably say Randy Rhoads as well. That would probably be having a bigger think about it because that was a bit of a shame. He was a legend, and to go out like that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah, man. I mean, I love Zakk Wylde and his time with Ozzy and BLS, but I mean, Randy Rhoads was really one of a kind.
Yeah, it was. And Jakey Lee was a great guitarist as well. Like for him to have that spot and platform to be able to perform was really awesome. You'd want to take that from him, but like Randy Rhoads is just unfortunate. So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, good choices, man. Good choices, guys. I mean, it was worth the while. So
Yeah.
Had to pick something.
Had to
We'll
pick
be here all
something,
night.
yeah.
yeah, guys. Well, let's start with our next question. And the question I got for you is this one. Since the lyrics of this album are heavily related to the use of drugs, I would like to know, well, in many countries, as in Mexico, the use of drugs such as weed, acid, and stuff are looked at from a criminal point of view instead of being looked at from a public health point of view. Which one is the case in New Zealand?
I would say, unfortunately, more criminal.
Yeah.
I think there have been some steps made recently, kind of in Australia, but we kind of follow suit a lot with Australia. I think it was in Canberra that they released therapy for using psilocybin and MDMA, which is a really good step towards looking at it in the right way and considering people as ones with maybe illnesses more than criminals,
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
it's happening slowly, eh? Like it's starting to get that way, but I think we're way off.
Yeah, we had a referendum a couple of years ago, and it was, I think we were like 48 or 49%.
49%,
yeah. So we almost crossed the line, but it wasn't enough. So I think a lot of people were a bit gutted about that.
Okay.
And that was a referendum for cannabis as well. That was.
That kind of surprises me because I mean, it's obviously the in the other side of the world they have a very different way of thought that in the Latin American countries we are very conservative in so many things. I would have thought that you were very more advanced in that kind of topics, but I mean it's kind of a relief, but not so much to know that we are maybe in the same context, that we are not so far behind about those themes.
Yeah, I think with us as well, we kind of just don't give a shit. We're it's a artist perspective and a creative outlet for us, and if those kind of things have helped influence us in some ways, we're not going to dance around the subject, I suppose.
Yeah,
we're going to riff around the subject.
Yeah, great. That's great, man. It's great social work through art. So, well, maybe most of artists, it's kind of their goal to have a social impact with their creations, and you certainly achieved that through this album because I mean, just listening to the lyrics and reading them, it was kind of a time for reflection for me, and I liked it very much.
cool.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm sure Tom would be stoked to hear that. He's not here today. I'm the lead guitarist. Greg's the bassist. So yeah, no, he'd be stoked to hear that, and he's done a really good job with his lyrics. So yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah, man, the lyrics are great. I mean, the chemistry between all the elements of the album is just amazing.
Yeah, cheers.
Guys, the next question I got for you is this one. Where did the inspiration came from to write songs like Lord of the Hang, which I found very profound and dark?
So that was Tom again who wrote the lyrics for that. From what I've heard, I'm just trying to repeat what I've heard. The sample at the start was taken from the movie True Grit.
Okay.
I don't want to get this wrong.
Yeah.
I believe Tom coined himself the Lord of the Hanged, right?
It's about someone who can't die, but he goes around hanging people. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was almost also like some type of like a relationship thing as well. Like he's I can't remember exactly, but it's like maybe a 2-part meaning. But yeah, we can't really answer that one specifically.
But I mean, besides the lyrics, all the arrangements, the riffs, the melodies that are in the song are very dark, are very uh, oppressive in a way. I mean, when I heard that song, and that's the song that closes the album, I felt like kind of hopelessness. I don't know, kind of a sadness and a bad vibe about that song that was pretty good because it made me feel alive. It made me feel like my human condition, that I am fragile. I have my clock is ticking, and I don't know, the lyrics in working with all the instrumentation, the tempo. I mean, even the beats of the drums are so heavy, are so well thought. I mean, the whole piece is just a very good song, even taking in account that the song is 20 minutes long. So it
Yeah,
kept my attention for the entire duration of the song. So it is a great work.
Cool,
yeah.
thank you.
It does seem like time flies when you're listening to it, especially because it's so slow.
Mm.
And there's not really too many actual riffs to it. You know, like if you listen to a 21 minutes long song, usually there's just so many movements in it. But this, each piece and each section of the song gives you time to really reflect on why we're actually playing it. And Bo, he was the main riff, riff writer of the song.
Yeah.
And so he's really kind of thought through each piece. And we had, I think the last riff is just a classic riff. You know, it's just
Yeah.
just the oh, sorry, I'm gonna tune. It's just such a classic thing. And we had a structure, and then he'd be like, no guys, we're chucking this bit before that, we're doing this, and like we'd move it around and extend it, and it turned into this big monster of a song. And because it's so long, he said, you know, we want you to have a 6-minute guitar solo. And so the first time, it was a good challenge for me, and I just had to make it slow and emotive and reflect on the sound of the song and how that song makes you feel. And I think yeah, it does the riffs justice, that solo. And yeah, the lyrics are great. And I love the little what we call the swamp song in the middle of it.
Oh, the swamp jam, yeah.
Yeah, the little swamp song where it kind of dies down and the bass comes in, and we kind of jam that kind of downy sound for a little bit. When it drops back in, it's like a bit of a break for everyone, like a breather, you know. But yeah, no, I love that song. It's probably one of my favorites on the album.
Yeah, certainly, it's a great song. And now that you talk about the solo, I mean, in my review, I talk about the solo, that I mean, it is worthy of a metal legend. I mean, I compare it to the ones made by great guitarists like I don't know who, Hendrix, like Page. I mean, the feeling in that solo, it just blew me away. I was like just listening and like that.
Yeah.
It is great. It is a great piece of solo. Congrats for that.
I really appreciate that. And you'll be happy to know that it was one take.
Oh, fuck, man. That's
sat
heavy,
down
man.
And I was like, I'm not doing that again. We're done.
Yeah, no, that happens only once in a lifetime. So I wish you enjoy it.
Yeah, Greg filmed it as well. So I think we'll push it out as me in the studio. We'll put it online for some people to check it out and appreciate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for that. The next question I got for you is this one. Your songs are long, and that's quite a risk for a band that is releasing its first album and plays a style as dense as yours. But somehow you manage to keep every song groovy and interesting all the way to the end. How did you achieve that?
Well, Bo's written most of the songs, so he just
Yeah.
seems to have a way of just writing epics that don't drag and are fun to play and fun to listen to and just all over enjoyable.
Yeah, I think the riffs are good to start with, you know, and they have a lot of tension and release and all that kind of, like, the way that he writes his riffs are awesome, but the fact that they're slow, you know, like if you sped up the riff to a normal riff, it would probably be half the time, you know. Like there's not actually much to the songs when you break it down. It's just because they're so slow that they take so long. But I think they're at the perfect tempo to capture you and entrance you, so you're like fully immersed in the song, and then by the time it's finished, you're like, oh yeah, you know, just holds you.
Yeah, kind of takes you to a trip that, well, you are unaware of time and space, because
Yeah.
I heard the record back to back twice, and when I finished, I mean, I didn't feel the almost 2 hours that I spent uh, listening to it the first time, and I mean, for a record to do that to me, and I guess to any person, it's kind of magical, because most of the bands that play such long songs, they have a tendency to get a little tiresome for some people, and most of the people just skip it. No, just, oh, that's enough. Next one, and again. And with this record, I didn't feel the need to do that at all.
Yeah,
Awesome.
cool. Oh, we appreciate that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely the riffs are played in such a way that the tempo and everything like that is just it captures your you know, it captures you, and it's quite inspiring. A lot of people come up and go, man, I want to play slower. I need to learn how to play slower, or like, you know, that was really amazing. I didn't expect that, or anything like that, you know. And it is just from start to finish, or bag to bag, I should say. It just captures you the whole time. So yeah, no,
Yeah. I mean, and the record just sounding so muddy and so dense. I love that kind of doom. I mean, the sludge and doom metal are one of my favorites subgenres. So when I hear a record that has that kind of consistency, and at the same time is so groovy, that makes me bang my head, just picking up my air guitar and almost learning the melodies by heart. I mean, it's rare. It's very rare, but happens. And I mean, just getting that from the first record of a band from the other side of the world is kind of special for me. I really hope that many people have the opportunity to listen to the record, because I mean, it's a special experience.
Oh, we appreciate that.
Yeah,
we hope it goes far and wide for
yeah,
everyone to listen to and you know, get something from.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. And I say this, I said this in my review. The only thing that I will like, I will like, I will like to change, maybe, is that the clarity of the singing, because I get the feeling, the need to express all the feelings and the sensations of being under the influence, and all the state of mind, and all the things that happens in those times. But it was really hard for me to follow the lyrics, even when I had it in my hand. So that happens for a person who loves guttural singing, and loves the dirtiest lyrics. I mean, for people who are not very used to this kind of music, it will be almost impossible, because I I know inside those lyrics are a true message, a very good message, a very good stories that one can relate. But I think it will be very helpful if this message gets shared with more clarity. I mean, I can totally know that Tom can do lots of kinds of gutturals. So maybe it will be helpful for the sound. I mean, I'm just stepping into another man's jar, but that's what I think.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Like, it's yeah, we like to take on healthy criticism and all that type of stuff. I think Tom's chosen the way he does it because he feels that that's his best way of getting it across for him. And that's it's sludge, it's dirty, it's fucking like
So dirty, man.
a lot of in death metal in general, like you can't understand. It's just the typical.
Yeah.
Show your girlfriend, and they're like, I don't know what he's saying. It's like,
Yeah.
but if you really love the music and you look and listen to the lyrics, then that's where you find the the goodness. Like that's if you take it, if you love it that much, you're gonna go, what's he actually saying? And you find the lyrics, and so it's for the people that actually make the effort to go into what he's talking about. Then that's
man. It's really worth the effort because those are amazing. It's an amazing work in the lyrics and just
also
getting all the elements together.
Yeah, also the tone of the guitars and the heaviness and the crunch and the sludginess, it just adds. It's like another thing it adds to it. It's almost like there hardly are vocals there anyway. It's like it's just another harsh.
There are so many layers in this record, and all of those just match. They just match. I mean, all the layers are very well worked, and you can just listen to the album, put attention layer by layer, and you will find a treasure in every one, in every single one.
Yeah, and even the drums as well. Like they're so simple, yet there's lots of like Josh's fills and his little things that he does. Just they're perfect. Like they're those what do you call them? Little features that he has. They're so simple. When you chuck something in, it just works so well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like the simpleness of the drumming because it's just so full of heart. I mean, and it takes kind of the best of the simplicity and just makes it sound great, just enormous, because all the feeling is reflecting in every single bit. I mean, the the beats and the rhythm and all of the hits that you hear all along the album are just so felt. They are so heartfelt that I was a drummer in my teenage years, so I can relate to that kind of work because it's kind of primitive, but that's the beauty of it. The primitive side of it is just what makes all the rhythm part just work.
Yeah, he's also giving it a lot more space. There's no overplaying, and it's to serve the song. It's not to serve your need to want to show everyone how good you are. It's just playing the song for the song and
team player, man. Team player, and all of you. If I'm honest, all the album feels like a team effort, a team achievement. And that's so beautiful in a time where the selfish personalities and the selfish records and the selfish art is so big at the moment.
Yeah, I think there is a good level of self-indulgence in the album as well. Like we've chucked in 632. Which is right in the middle, which is kind of just a bit of bullshit yarn, fun for us. It's a bit of lightheartedness and spaces out the album a bit and the people listening to
it. Yeah, man. Guys, I got one more question for you before you help me out with the question for my guest. And the last question I got for you is this one. What's the best advice you could give for a band or artist who is trying to create art around such a delicate topic as the use of drugs and its effects?
Well, you kind of have to get into the mindset, you know, smoke a joint, turn on the guitar, and let the riffs flow and see what happens.
Yeah, but also be authentic as well. Don't be scared. Yeah. Don't be scared to think you're going to have to rock the boat a bit too much, or just you're going to have to, naturally produce what comes out of you and not think too much into what people are going to think about it as well. Because I think, to be honest, out of all of us, no one has really even thought about even talking about like what are people going to think. We just like when we wrote all this music, we honestly didn't think that we'd be talking to you or anyone from the other side of the world or anything like that. We just wrote it for ourselves in a way that we wanted to hear, that, and that's what we loved. And when it's authentic like that, then it shines through, I guess.
Yeah, man, and that's so brave of you, because I mean, just don't give a shit about what other people think about your art, and just writing and playing and creating around a topic that interests you and you are comfortable with. It's a very brave thing. Most of the people nowadays are thinking that, oh, if we talk about this theme, the people are gonna react like that, and that means that we're gonna get canceled, or we're gonna get, I don't know, some shit, and that sucks.
Yeah, no, you gotta keep a free mind about it all.
Yeah, man. And guys, those are all the questions I got for you. Thanks a lot for helping me answer them. And as we talk at the beginning of this chat, I would like you to help me with a question for the next guest here in Conversations from the Underground. As I said, it can be anything you want: food, music, movies, poetry, I don't know, cars, whatever you want.
You got one?
Yeah. What was your childhood dream?
Your childhood dream.
Yeah.
I think a couple of tears will be shed in the next interview.
All right.
We are typically a very haunted kind of people, so we have lots of skeletons in our closets.
All right. Yeah.
That'll be good for him then.
Yeah, man. And well, I can't thank you enough for your time. It has been an honor to talk with you. Very interesting to talk about the creative process and all that it's behind such a great album as it is Backseeker. I mean, Border, it sounds such like such a mature band. Like you have been doing this for decades, and really, I mean, the album just dropped last week, but I can't wait to hear more from you. I think that you will have a very long and prosperous career, because you are creating art that is very, very brave, very true, and it's fun, man. I mean, metal is supposed to be fun besides all the other stuff, and you are certainly doing that.
We appreciate it. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. We've got a lot of riffs in the bags, and yeah, we've already got the next album half written. So yeah, we're looking to keep the momentum going.
That's great, man. That's great. And again, congratulations, haters. Eso es lo que tenemos en esa entrevista. La bandota que es Boden. No se olviden, tienen ahí el más reciente álbum, Backseeker, que salió a través del sello Landmine Records.
Thank you.